Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about one of the most unique and slightly creepy Pokemon from Generation 1, Paras. At first glance, Paras might just look like a little bug with mushrooms on its back, but once you learn its lore, it becomes one of the most fascinating Pokemon in the entire series. Let's dig in. Paras is Pokemon number 46 in the Pokédex. It's a bug and grass type Pokemon that looks like a small orange insect with big eyes, claws, and two mushrooms growing out of its back. Those mushrooms aren't just decoration, they're actually parasitic fungi that control Paras's behavior. The Pokédex explains that Paras spends its life digging in the soil, collecting nutrients to feed not only itself, but also the mushrooms. At level 24, Paras evolves into Parasect. This is where things get really creepy. In Parasect, the mushroom completely takes over, growing huge and replacing Paras's mind and body control. Essentially, the insect part becomes more of a host, while the fungus is the real Pokemon. It's one of the darkest and most fascinating evolution stories in the Pokemon world. In the main series games, Paras isn't the strongest Pokemon, but it does have some unique traits. It has access to both Spore, one of the best sleep-inducing moves in the entire series, and Stun Spore, which can paralyze opponents. It can also use grass-type moves like Bullet Seed or Giga Drain, along with bug-type moves like Leech Life. However, Paras has some of the most weaknesses of any Pokemon, being 4 times weak to fire and flying. That means while it can be tricky and useful in certain battles, it's also very fragile. In the anime, one of the most memorable appearances of Paras was in an episode where a Paras owned by a girl named Cassandra was too weak and lacked confidence. Ash and his friends actually helped Paras by letting it defeat their Pokemon, giving it the courage it needed to evolve into Parasect. This showed Paras in a more lighthearted and lovable way, compared to its darker Pokédex entries. Here are some fun facts about Paras. Its Japanese name is Paras as well, based on Parasite. The mushrooms on its back are based on real-life fungi called cordyceps, which infect insects and eventually take over their bodies, exactly like Paras and Parasect. Despite its weaknesses, Paras is the only Pokemon line that naturally learns Spore, which always puts opponents to sleep. In some Pokédex entries, Paras is described as farming mushrooms not for itself, but purely for the fungus, which is both fascinating and unsettling. And that's the story of Paras. From a bug hosting a mushroom to a complete takeover in its evolution, Paras is one of the darkest and most creative Pokemon designs in the series. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Paras is cute, creepy, or maybe a bit of both? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more Pokemon spotlights, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. And remember, not every Pokemon is what it seems on the surface.